FUD Nation, it is under duress that I address you today, for there is a bug in our midst. And this isn't just some average bug. No, this is like one of those bugs in Jurassic Park that's bigger than you. It's bigger than all of us. It's like that bug that your girlfriend wanted you to kill, but secretly, deep down inside, you didn't want to, because it freaked you out. It's a freaky bug. A bug that could potentially end us all. A freaky, freaky bug. But before we get to this catastrophic bug, we need to talk about Ethereum. That's right, Bitcoin bull and notorious cryptocurrency investor and bullish prediction maker, Tom Lee, has been speaking a lot more like his brother, frankly. Tom Lee believes that the Ethereum market is stuck in an overly negative sentiment, and boy do we know it. Look at this chart. How can you be positive about something that looks like this? That's right, Ethereum's price has mostly gone to hell in a handbasket over the course of 2018, with its highs of nearly $1,500, now bottoming out at under $200. That is a long way to sink. But this is not the end of the story, according to Tom Lee, who believes that Ethereum is set to do an immediate trend reversal, staging a very impressive rally. And this rally could lead us to a $1,900 Ethereum by the end of next year. Obviously, bullish predictions come in all the time in this market, and Tom Lee is heavily invested in the future of cryptocurrency, and the more that big cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum make impressive runs, the more that investors are satisfied, less people lose out, more people go out into the world telling stories of incredible investing opportunities in the cryptocurrency market space, and this cycle perpetuates of bringing new people into the market and bringing us closer to a goal of cryptocurrency being more widely accepted as money. So obviously, there is an inherent motivation for anyone heavily invested in crypto to see one of the big boys do well. And Ethereum is certainly one of the biggest cryptocurrencies in the market, switching back and forth between the second and third place a few times this recent week with Ripple, but for the most part holding solidly as the world's #2 cryptocurrency by market cap. Now, with that said, I believe Ethereum has been in a very tough spot for quite a while, but it's shown signs of stability around this $200 range. Obviously, if it drops much below the sort of 160, 170 range, it could really take a devastating dive down to potentially under $100, even under $50. We do also know that a lot of this selling pressure was from panicked ICOs. Of course, these are companies that raised the future budgets for their entire company on Ethereum and then saw them slashed into a small fraction of what they once were. But if they are true believers in the Ethereum platform, they should be hodling, because both their company and the future of Ethereum do depend on that. If you're familiar with the kind of generally held mentality as to why cryptocurrencies don't ever bottom out or go to zero, it's because at a certain point, bears run out of coins to sell, and there's a big enough community of cryptocurrency holders or hodlers around the world that simply are never going to sell, or simply not going to sell anytime soon. And this allows for cryptocurrencies to really have this resistance, even when they suffer incredible crashes, like we've seen in 2018 and 2013. We know that these crashes happen, but of course, because of the true believers in the technology, that is what keeps the price from going down past a certain point. And maybe we're seeing this already kick in with Ethereum, that the real hodlers don't want to see it go below that sort of $200 or $180 mark. Who knows? Maybe that's the case. Maybe that mark is much lower. But at some point, that mark will be hit, and then there can be a very strong rally from that point. Obviously, Ethereum has tremendous plans to upgrade its infrastructure, its architecture, to provide really the ability for a lot of these decentralized applications to fully realize their missions and really provide the services they want to provide. At present, Ethereum is still really an idea, and its main use case has been crowdfunding. Now, we've seen that that is a double-edged sword with many of these platforms like EOS, VeChain, Walton Chain, Tron, all raising tremendous amounts of Ethereum and then moving over to other platforms. And that, of course, leaves a competitor with a huge amount of your stake in coins, making them very much so in a position to hurt you and to dump on you. So hopefully that isn't happening anymore. It looks like that's stabilized somewhat, and we can see potentially Tom Lee's vision for a $1,900 Ethereum become a reality. Now, speaking about my baby beloved Bitcoin, just last week we have word that Bitcoin's biggest nemesis, Bitcoin Cash, has discovered a Bitcoin bug on the testnet for the Bitcoin Core servers. That's right, Bitcoin almost had the ability to create double spend transaction. Preventing double spends was really the crowning achievement of this computer science revolution that is blockchain. Double spending, or taking your same coin and being able to clone it or use it twice, is precisely what we were trying to stop with the entirety of Bitcoin. That's what this whole revolution is about the ability to have a digital item like a Bitcoin and know that it is rare, it is unique, it is authentic, and that it has not been double spent, that you have the real Bitcoin. If that goes out the window, then really we have no way to protect the sanctity of any of the coins in the network. And that could have catastrophic implications for the Bitcoin network. Obviously, you're probably thinking, why would a Bitcoin Cash developer go ahead and try to secretly bring this to the Bitcoin Core team to prevent this catastrophic event? Wouldn't Bitcoin Cash developers, wouldn't they really want Bitcoin to fail? Isn't that what they're all about? And the answer, I think, would probably surprise you to know that everyone, especially Bitcoin Cash developers and anyone truly entrenched in the space, understands that any catastrophic event for Bitcoin is a catastrophic event for the entire cryptocurrency industry. Just because there's a problem with Bitcoin doesn't mean people are going to run over and dump their money into Bitcoin Cash. It doesn't mean that at all. This could be a catastrophic event that really sends the whole market to zero. Well, not to zero, but if this beautiful technology of blockchain that we behold as the safeguard, the vanguard of our data, of our cryptocurrency that can't be hacked and it can't be double spent, if this is what we're relying on and we find out that it's actually flawed and that that's not true, and that all this money that we've saved up and that we've put and we've invested and that we've hodled and we've gone through the stress and the anxiety of the bear market, the depths of the bear markets, how could we continue to be invested in something that could be hacked, could be double spent, and couldn't be kept safe? This is how serious the bug really was. And this is how amazing it is that you see that some things in cryptocurrency are bigger than the crypto tribalism that we believe really kind of controls the narrative here. I know a lot of people would like to think that everyone who supports Bitcoin Cash hates Bitcoin and vice versa, but the reality is that we are all part of a very small community participating in what is really an amazing social experiment in creating new forms of money. Of course, if our leading horse, our shining crypto up on the hill, Bitcoin, fails, then we most likely will all be dealt a serious blow, and who knows how quickly, if ever, cryptocurrencies and the markets would recover. I'm very much excited and happy and kind of reassured to know that Bitcoin Cash developers don't care so much about just getting ahead and being the better blockchain, and that they see the bigger picture here and see that keeping Bitcoin on the rails to a global currency is the thing that will facilitate the rest of the cryptocurrency markets flourishing into an amazing, beautiful future that doesn't require intermediaries, allows you to protect and secure your own finances going forward, and just assures us all the freedoms that we've come to love and adore about the blockchain revolution. Although I wasn't sure I'd ever say this, thank you so much to the Bitcoin Cash team and all that you do in securing the Bitcoin Core network. Now on to very interesting news that Coinbase has produced the Poor Man's Cryptocurrency Index Fund, which you can participate in for as little as $25. That's right, Coinbase is providing us normal folks a way to buy into a cryptocurrency index fund that's balanced according to what they believe are a risk tolerance association here, with obviously the heaviest allocation being to Bitcoin, and then trailing that is Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Ethereum Classic. Essentially, this is just a dumbed down way for Coinbase to get people into the market. I think it's a great idea. I think a lot more products like this are coming. It's like if you look at Warren Buffett, of course, and how he invested in the stock market, he always bet that, hedge funds would never be able to outpace just these market buckets. And he would always invest in, he famously made a bet against one of the most aggressive stock traders saying, essentially, you'll never outpace the market. The market will just perform how it performs, and you should just invest in general in the market. Now, if you look at Bitcoin and the study we talked about yesterday, how most of the top coins correlate almost 1-to-1 to Bitcoin's price. Well, that's sort of the same thing, how you're seeing Bitcoin is really the sort of hedge fund bucket. It's really the mutual fund, rather, of all of the coins, because it really dictates the market. It's sort of like having mostly Bitcoin and then a little smattering of the other few top coins is kind of a similar way to get most of the market effect without actually diversifying and creating your own portfolio. I think it's great. I think it'll allow a lot more people to get in, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Once again, good job, Coinbase. We were going to cover some other news, but those were really the two biggest stories: is Ethereum's bull run predicted by Tom Lee, and of course the Bitcoin Cash discovered Bitcoin bug. Also, the Coinbase news was noteworthy and I wanted to cover it. Zero other things matter except for those three pieces of news. Trust me, I'm a doctor. I'm Elio Trades, you're watching FUD TV, and I'll see you very soon on the next episode.